Hi everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk. It was, the men's game was first tonight, then the women were warming up and it was loud in the arena and it was crowded in the concourse, and then it was cold outside and it looked crappy in my car, and by the time I was sending it, I was already home. So here I am. I decided to redo it here from the confines of my studio in my house. That is, of course, the Friday walkthrough set right behind us. And let me pull my box score back up. Kansas State wins 69-53. Let's start there. In a game that looked like how I perform at work when I'm going on an island vacation over the weekend for like 4 or 5 nights. Because that's exactly what K-State's doing. They play Monday in the Cayman Islands Classic, 3 games out there in the Caymans. They leave over the weekend, and they really look like a team that was more interested in leaving the cold of Kansas, because it's a little bitter out, than rather playing good basketball. But the good news is even when they're not great, they're still pretty good. They're still pretty fun. The kind of theme of the night was they didn't play real good defense. They didn't communicate real well on defense. UMKC, Kansas City, broke down the defense a little bit too easily at times with some passing and offside rebounding. So they certainly have some things to work on. And it was another kind of second half fade, which has become a really troubling trend. I know it's early. They're 3-0 on the season. They have an exhibition game, but in all 4 of those games that they played, they have faded in the second half, almost blowing the lead, of course, last Friday at Cal before opening it back up. But a really kind of comfortable win. They never really were pushed that hard. Keontae Johnson led the way for Kansas State with 19 and 7. He just makes it look so easy. He's just such a casual scorer. And it's just fun to watch him because there just isn't much effort in it. It's not like he's not trying. It just looks easy for Keontae Johnson. And then the guards got into it. Cam Carter and Desi Seals were both in double figures. Both looked really good at the off-guard position. Marquise Noel, Naquan Tomlin, the all-name team, both had 9 points, but some moments that were really key in this game. The moment of the game, though, that kind of sums things up, even though Kansas State didn't play really well in the second half, was a fast break. Noel passed between the legs, a bounce pass between his legs backwards to Johnson for a dunk. And it's just stuff that is so much fun. This team is a blast to watch. I hope you make it out to Bramlage when they really get rocking with their regular schedule. They shouldn't be overly tested in the Cayman Islands. They shouldn't be overly tested in the non-conference schedule. In fact, some of the teams that you would think would normally be good, like Wichita State and Butler, are all in kind of down cycles right now. So this is a really manageable schedule for this team. Now, it might cause them a little trouble on the back end when they're trying to get in the NCAA tournament because they don't have enough quality wins, so to speak, but I think being in the Big 12 might take care of that. I don't know where this team will finish in the Big 12. And after tonight, you kind of saw some of more of the downside of this team, that effort isn't going to win many games in the Big 12. And I think they know that. And I know Jerome Tang knows that. He knows darn well that they got to be better than what they were on Thursday night at Bramlage Coliseum. So K-State advances now out of the cold to the Cayman Islands. The GoPowercat staff advances out of the cold and into the cold in the mountains of West Virginia as we leave in the morning to cover your football game. But another performance by this K-State team that even when they kind of go through the motions, even when they don't defend well, they don't rebound well, they didn't shoot it well, 41%, and yet they win by 16 and never really were pushed too badly in the second half. I think it got down to 10 maybe at one point, and they just flipped a switch and got back out there. So that's it for this walk and talk, even though I'm standing in my own damn house. I hope you continue to follow the coverage at GoPowercat on our YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not. I forgot to say that at the top. So follow us along. We will have lots of pregame coverage. Pregame football coverage is a podcast. Pregame podcast is up, And then, of course, I'll have a walk and talk after the Cats win in Morgantown. I'm going with win. Just going to say it. They're going to win.